So we're parked here, my wife and I can't see it. Yeah. Parked here, just waiting on my wife's mom and dad, my in-laws. They're we're at a small little place. What is it called? Orthopedic? Ortho.
It's for my mom's legs.
It's for your mom's legs. It's for the it's for the experts. Specialist. So my father-in-law and my mother-in-law, they went inside this location, and we're just waiting outside. We're a bit early, but if it's not too busy in there, they'll get done soon enough, I suppose. We went to eat together this morning. Well, earlier on, I think it was around 11 a.m. We usually go to a diner in a small little country place. But when we got there, it was closed. This little diner was closed, and we were like, man. We didn't have much time. We're like, we need to eat, and we're far in the country. We got to go to the city to go see the doctor thingy. What do we do? And there was another small little restaurant, or a small little, well, it's not really small though. It was quite big. It just had different departments in it. Like you had the sports bar thing. It was open. Yeah. I think it's what they call it, sports bar, country bar, a honk-a-tonk.
That's the only section that was open.
That was the only section that was open. So we're walking in there, and like nobody's around, and we're like, man, is it open? Like it says it's open. And you see all sorts of memorabilia, country stars and stuff like that, and well, local, Canadian country stars, if you will, and local Atlantic stars. And I'm like, well, I need to go talk to someone. Finally bump into someone. I'm like, we're hungry. It's the first time we come here. Do you have food? She's like, you're at the right place. We have food. I'm like, where do I go? She's like, you got to go down there at the bar. I'm like, okay. Well, let's do it. So we just went to the bar side of things. And I had not walked into a bar in a long time. I mean, obviously, it's a restaurant during the day. It's not really there. The main drive purpose of people going there the morning and noon is to eat food. And the food is good. It's comfort food. It's bar food. It's comfort food. Your onion rings, your hamburger platters, your fries, coleslaw. So that was kind of like the deal. And it was a nice looking one. But once you've walked into a bar, you've walked into a great many. You've seen them all. It's the same kind of element. There is kind of that smoky pool room charm, if you will, to which I've lived in for decades and understand it very well. There was just us there. We were the first table. Then you had two young men come in, sit down for food as well. You had one gentleman who went to the bar, purchased a Corona, a cerveza. And, the imagery there. I shared a story of it, I think, on my Facebook page there. A story of it. It's just your typical bar, a lot of memorabilia stuff, a location where the band would play at night. We used to peruse those places all the time. We became bar stools. It certainly did bring back a lot of memories, but, I don't fear those things anymore. I'm not conquered by those things anymore. I'm not tempted by those things anymore. To that measurement being there. It's just, country music playing, a lot of the beer signs glowing in neon, that kind of stuff, and just the element of a restaurant / bar. And my kids, they're so innocent and sweet. They're like, so this is a bar? Well, it does become one. And then Josh is like, I wouldn't want to be here in the evening. I'm like, no, you would probably not want to be here in the evening. Zoe says the same thing. She's like, this is where people drink alcohol at times. I'm like, yeah, that's what they do in the evening, more so, whatever. But it has tables. It has tables and chairs and food on the grill, comfort food. And so we had a nice meal. It was a wonderful meal. And yeah, then we got done with that and made our way to the city. which is about I don't know, 30-minute drive from where we were, 30 to 40-minute drive from the countryside we were at, and then all the way here. And so now we're just waiting. But yeah, it's interesting to see. It hasn't changed that much at the bar, has it? It's kind of like the same kind of look, the same kind of feel. I almost was hearing our past life entourage, you know, bouncing around. Everyone having drinks and drinking and dancing and doing what.
It was 11, so it was not much.
Oh yeah, we were safe there. That's just that's a matter of conscience. That's a matter of one's own personal scruples. None of us hold any tender conscience when it comes to that kind of a situation at 11 a.m. when they open the doors to the restaurant, and you know, it's just one of those things. In my conscience, we couldn't go there at 8 at night.
No.
I don't think I'd even go there at 6 in the evening, because I know the crowd, you know, the crowd's gathering for the purpose of, well, getting drunk and fornicating. Ultimately, I mean, that's what it's all about. That's what it's all about over there at a certain time. But yeah, so that's where we're at right now, and just waiting on Mom and Dad to get done with the doctor and head back home and do a bit of work here, there, and everywhere. That'll be that, I suppose. That'll be the situation. But I know somewhere, somehow, you know, we're going to get judged on that. You know, I shared a story.
To the bar.
Yeah. How dare these Christians go to the bar? Give it 24 hours, and that's how busybodied. That's how busybodied sowers of discord and self-righteous, indignant, self-righteous, corrupt members of the body, you know. That's how they act, you know. By tomorrow, by 24 hours, we were all getting smashed at the bar, you know. And I brought my kids, and I got my kids drunk, you know. I gave them tequila shots, you know. Lick the salt! Lick the salt! That's what they're going to have me, you know. That's going to be the portrait in another 24 hours. And that's how it happens. Like, I've been in the church long enough. I've perused the online landscape long enough as a member of the church, and I've seen brethren who are corrupt who do that. Like, it wouldn't be the first wave of slander or persecution that comes our way by our own kind. And it's all because of this self-righteous, unrighteous judgment, indignation. Just like, let's find people to condemn every other hour. And they don't even know the context. They don't know the background, the history. These brethren are a real nuisance and problem in the church. Blessed are we not to be in a circle congregation of those kinds. Good grief.
Yeah, don't need to worry about that.
We don't need to worry about that with the East Coast congregation. So yeah, you know, it was a nice meal. We sat down. It was a nice location to sit down. It didn't smell like cigarette. It didn't smell like booze. Though there was enough booze to go around, it was from a distance over on the other side of the bar. We just wanted food to eat. And it was good food, you know.
It's really good.
It was good. I mean, it's comfort food from the grill. I mean, you know, it was good. I took a hamburger platter. You know, what are you going to do? You can't go wrong. I took a hamburger platter with bacon, ketchup, mustard, onions, and slaw on the side, and some fries. Got some fries with that. Salt and pepper and ketchup. And I got myself a root beer. That's the closest thing I came to a beer, being at the bar. I asked for a beer. She said, which kind? I said, the root kind. Give me the root kind. I almost wanted to say a joke, but I thought it's probably not appropriate. But I almost wanted to tell her a joke because I was noticing from a distance in the cooler, it was filled with Bud Light and Budweiser products, which of course used to be our preferred drinking beer, Budweiser, Bud Light. And I almost wanted to ask her, like, so have you noticed that the people you're giving the Bud Lights to, have the men been turning into women? You know, you shouldn't be having those beers here. You know, it's in the beer. It's turning men into women. But I thought to self, nah, that's a joke I don't need to say. Self, don't do that. You know, I had what's the name of that little cricket there in Pinocchio? What was his name? Geppetto? Jiminy Cricket?
Jiminy Cricket.
Yeah, Jiminy was kicking around there on my shoulder. Jiminy was just like, "Hey, dude, don't do that. Don't say those things." So, yeah, we ate, we paid.
Oh,
You want?
look.
Yeah, I saw that on the wall, graffiti on the walls. We're in a pretty rough side of town here. You can get robbed over here. You will get jacked. What was I gonna say? I forget now. Yeah, we ate the meals. We were 7.
Pig.
We were 7. 7 meals, and we didn't take like the lobster meal stuff. We took hamburgers and chicken clubs and stuff like that.
6 meals, 'cause
6 meals.
Keenan and Zoe shared their.
Keeney and Zoe shared their chicken strips.
Mm-hmm.
And with the tip and everything, it came to $120.
Mm-hmm.
$120 for comfort food at the bar and grill thingy. Oh,
Well,
that's highway robbery,
It's
but
$10 a plate.
it's $10 a plate. Well, it's
You
more than
know,
$10 a
more
plate.
than $10 a plate, yeah.
It used
10
to
to
be.
15.
It used to be like a hamburger platter
Mm-hmm.
at a bar resto place like that
Mm-hmm.
was usually, I don't know, $4.99, $5.99. No, for 7 souls, $120. I mean, the food was good, and the waitress was kind. She was courteous. She was thoughtful. She was doing her job very well. The food was fresh. It was hot. It was tasty. But $120. That's what it is now, really. I mean, just going to McDonald's.
Never mind.
Just going to McDonald's
It's
is 60, 70 bucks.
60 to 70 for us. For 5?
If it would have been 7, it would have been like $80, $90. $90, to go get some clown crap. Forget about it. No way. I'd much rather cook at home.
Yeah.
But it's a treat sometimes. You just get a treat. That's how it works. Hope all of you are doing well. Hope all of you are doing well and doing fine. We got, I uploaded my sermon session this morning everywhere, on all channels, all platforms at 10 a.m. So that's available there. And tomorrow, Lord willing, live podcast. Tomorrow's the Analyzing the Lyric. Wednesday's our midweek Bible study session. Thursday, our topical discussion, yeah. Friday, our sociopolitical rants or conversations. We go live weekdays, 10 a.m. Atlantic Daylight Time. You can find me on our Facebook page, Added Souls. You can find me on YouTube, my YouTube channel, Rumble, Twitter, everywhere else, Substack, iTunes, Spotify, everywhere's. I appreciate all the subscriptions, and I do genuinely hope and pray that you follow along with me and you learn with me. Because as crazy as I know I may, or as rough around the edges and unorthodox as I am, I actually have something to say. And believe it or not, the things that I say have some substance. Not because I'm so smart or anything. It's just life stuff, right? The teachings of the scriptures and our life and how that all works together in a practical application. That's all.
That's right.
Yeah. All right, guys, I'll let you go now. I'm about, 14 minutes in. We're going to keep waiting and looking about. If you're wondering why I'm always looking everywhere, it's because there's zombies. There's zombies. You can tell them, though, there is a stereotype. A stereotype is a stereotype because a stereotype is a thing. It's a thing. So you can start to identify these kinds. Because they look like they all have a similar look. Boys look like girls, girls look like boys. They all have short hair, which is usually colored purple or blue or green, neon. They all have these strange little badges and signs that, have BLM or LGBTQ plus WD-40, and they have they have a look. It's a stereotype. But speaking of stereotypes, that's here I thought it was going to be hanging up soon. No, listen. Here's a quick one, though. I was thinking about this the other day. We were speaking about this whole don't judge a book by its cover thing. Don't judge a book by its cover. I think that comes from the don't judge anyone crowd. Like the don't tell anyone they're wrong crowd. Don't judge me. I think I think the whole don't judge the book by its cover. And I've said that a million times as well. Like it's something it's a slogan, right? Don't judge a book by its cover. Well, hear me out. I think you can. I think you can judge a book by its cover to a certain degree. To a certain degree. Because if it looks like a duck and it walks like a duck and it quacks like a duck, chances are you're not going to open the thing up and it's going to be a dog. You know, a partridge in a pear tree. It's going to be a duck. So, you know, yes, you can judge a book by its cover. You don't need to judge it unrighteously. That would be a no-no. But you can judge it with integrity and discernment. You can recognize the stereotype and be like, yeah, I'm pretty sure that what we're going to find inside is exactly what the outside is advertising. If the outside is advertising filth, chances are you're going to find some filth inside. You know, Playboy magazine and Hustler magazine covers are typically not images of a wholesome family going to church on Sunday morning. You know, that's typically not the kind of attraction you're looking for on the cover of a Playboy or Hustler magazine. Well, you can judge a book by its cover. If you find a cover of a book that says, Satan rules and we love Satan, we worship Satan, chances are, call me crazy, that the content of that material is going to be pro-Satan and anti-Christ. You know, call me crazy, but So when you see these kind of zombie-looking individuals, I am judging the book by its cover. That doesn't mean I'm going to treat them poorly. I will be friendly. I will be kind, but I will be cautious. That's it. I will be cautious. I had to insert that. We were thinking about that, so I wanted to share that thought with all of you for what it's worth, which is not much, but maybe a few of you will be like, yeah, I get it, man. We're like-minded, you and me. We get it. Politics? I'm not going to get into a big political conversation here, but it's interesting, isn't it? Vivek and now DeSantis. Seems like everyone's getting behind the Trump train. Go MAGA kind of stuff. Uh-oh. What's going to happen? I'm not going to give my 2 pennies on this time. I'll maybe throw in some dices in the Friday socio-political podcast session, but... All right, guys, stay focused, stay positive. You know we love you. We are so thankful you love us. It is encouraging and motivating. If you'd like to know more, get involved with the mission and the work, reach out, ask questions. We will answer them to the best of our ability. Until next time.